So, here we are back in Mittenrahm. Another 2-week review. I believe this was up in its bare form, and I was threatening to raise it up floor level, which I did. I did this actually after I'd finished the main piece, so I was like, maybe I'll put something there. It didn't come out too bad. I lightened the amount of glass. It was unnecessary. And the same amount of light is pretty much going through. Looking at it now, I think I might be better off swapping out some of the chain for fencing, like I usually do. It doesn't look right with the chain; it's too thin. I've actually been looking at it, thinking that it's fine, but given the city, I feel like it doesn't quite. I mean, it's not a question of fitting in, but it's a question of the scale of it is not really blending with the city. I mean, look at the size of this. This is the largest boat I've built, and it's here. And then, you know, the city itself is the biggest place in the empire. I don't think there's any way that covers such a large floor space. And the 4 interlocked cathedrals is essentially one building, so, you know, it's all here in that sense. So I just feel like maybe this tree ought to be larger, taller at least. Which is why I'm actually looking at, before I started streaming, I was looking at the fact that you could replace this actual tower with tree, and make the trunk twice as thick, and then just go up from that point. I could probably incorporate much more of this thing. Not just these 2 buildings. Like, again, yeah, from this side it's the same thing. I could just replace that bottom bit with the tree, swap some of this out for the tree, and then just kind of go up further. But that's going to take some consideration. So we'll have to see. The markers for the road are still here because I still haven't quite made up my mind how I'm approaching this, and I don't want to delete it. I've tried to think of a way to actually leave it in place without making it so very obvious. But it's possible if I were to widen the tree like I was just suggesting, it would be able to have an elevated part of the road go through here, going through the middle of the trunk. But, no, I don't know. Not for certain. But moved on to this. I was just doing a flyby of it. It's essentially some sort of fortified home. There's internal rooms, and it opens out into this nice little crowded courtyard. And I think this is for servants, essentially. I don't think there's any doors out. I mean, I don't know why there would be, but, you know, slightly odd. It seems odd because it's just so enclosed. I did mark out this. I think it will go in. I'm not entirely clear on what it will be, how far forward it will come, and where it will extend, but yeah, it's going to be something at some point. probably be the last thing I do for the main outer edge before I switch to working on the middle. But yeah, so there is actually a staircase inside as well. It gives you access all the way up. And then this was all filled in. I don't remember if I'd actually done it by the time I was doing the review last week, but you've got a couple of waterfalls coming down from the hills. And then you've got both this tunnel and then also it's actually open now this way, well, open-ish. And then in here there's this way takes you out directly to the river. And then this way brings you out into this little, I don't know what it would be called, I'm not sure. It's just a very shallow bay, I suppose. That's where the other one comes out. And this is actually what I've been working on for the last 3 days, I think. It needs lighting done. Most of the building is in place. The only thing I need to question about is, am I okay with this odd dip in the roof, or do I want to just bring it down? Just straight down like that? I have to see. Could be a compromise. I just had an idea about how I might handle it. Combination rather. But yeah, I need to do lighting for a lot of for this part of the building, and then there may be housing, a couple of houses here, but just need to put the road in, connect over to this one. Been a bit awkward, still not actually done. We shall see. But that's what I've been up to for the last 2 weeks. As I say, I've got that one building over there back at the north gate, and once that's done I will work on the inner section of the city, the original core of the city. There are spaces like this to be dealt with. I've done bits and pieces as I moved around, but yeah, plants probably. Some of them are going to be easier and have more done to them than others. This one's quite large, maybe get extra buildings in. And then this one, as I've mentioned in past reviews, this one is probably going to be a park, essentially. And then this one was so large that it's obviously had a lot put in already, so just tidy it up, I suppose, figure out how I want to end it. Maybe decorate this stone area. I also took the time to fill in the roofs, swap out all of the blocks for the right colours, so they were all done. I didn't use any of the mottling from the previous ones. This is like polished granite. I think this one used copper. It's not too bad to look at. I mean, Oh no, that's prismarine. I think this one's actually done fully. I mean, it's okay. I just don't feel like doing the whole roof. I mean, this one was already... I think this one was flat in the first place, but I started to use the deep slate when it became available. It's not too bad. It looks better from a distance. It may be a little over the top. And like I need a little bit more spread. And this one, because obviously you can see the entire half was done with the mottling, but then it was never used to do the remaining parts. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. A little bit of an idea about what I will do, and I'm just gonna get on with it.